Hello, and welcome to the part where I do 100% what? I get all of the lums and everything, all the cages in Rayman 2. So I'm finally doing this, and I've gone all the way back to the beginning. We got all the lums, of course, in the clearing. Right there, we're already missing a cage, so I have no idea where the ones I missed. I haven't looked it up or anything. So this might take a while. And as I was looking through, I noticed that I've missed stuff in almost every level. So this is going to be almost a full replay of the game. Now, do the lum. Once you've got the lums, are they there when you replay the level? I guess I'll find out. I have no idea which one I missed. I mean, I'm sure I'll hear it, maybe. Alright. That. Is there anything in the water here? I don't think there is in this version of the game. It's just shallow water. Yeah, okay. Oh, I needed to jump from up here, didn't I? Right, well, this is going to be a long one, so I guess I need to talk about things. Well, let's start off with the fact that a while ago, I think it's been over a year at least. Is that one of the... oh, whatever. My hard drive died, and I bought a new one. It was a terabyte one that died, and basically I've got a lot of music, and it takes up a huge amount of space. So I've been kind of low on storage, and I've been wanting to get a new hard drive for a long time now. But I have no money. I'm poor, so I haven't. However, I decided to open up my computer and just see if it was how clean it was and everything. Because, well, I could see that there was dust and stuff on the side panel. I was like, oh god, this is probably not going to be good in there. And no, it was absolutely covered in dust. There were cobwebs. There were some dead insects in there. It's pretty bad. It's never been that bad before. Last time I looked in it, it was basically just like slightly dusty. And now... wait, have I... yeah, but... yeah, it was super dusty. And... have I missed... something? Probably. Yeah, so, I randomly decided, hey, why not try the hard drive that's been out of my computer, just sitting mostly not... well, I had it on my... had it under my desk, on my carpet, just completely neglected, and somehow I plug it in. I'm thinking, well, it's definitely not going to work. That's the whole reason I bought a new one. And, of course, it works. Well, it worked after doing... it didn't work immediately. I had to... well, I tried formatting it, and that didn't work. And when you just... it shows up in Windows, but you can't access the disk. It says, please insert disk. So, I went into disk management and deleted the volume, so it's just all unallocated space. Then, I tried to create a new volume, and it said there's not enough disk space. So I decided to try again, but reduce the size of the volume a bit. There's nothing there in the end. And basically, that worked. I reduced it by like 17 megabytes, and then it worked. So I'm guessing that sector is just screwed. Like that one bit, there's just a bit that is just not working. But the rest is fine. So I now have an extra terabyte, which is great. So transferring my music, so I had it on my NAS drive, which I access over Wi-Fi. Took a long time. I was transferring... Is it over here? I was transferring 780 something gigs, I believe. And it took days to transfer. But it's finally done now. That is probably what I missed. But I can't jump up there. You know, I've never actually 100%ed this game before. I don't know, I just never have. I always just replay it usually, like just from a new game. Okay. I know that this is going to be a long recording, so I am kind of concerned about my hard drive space because I don't want the Pikmin incident to happen again. I am sure it's in there. Let me look it up. Right. I think there isn't a cage here. And that I know that in the other versions of the game, there's a secret passage, but that's not in this version, so I think it's later on, the one I missed. I'm just surprised. It's weird because there is no, like, the only thing I could find saying where all the cages were is on the Rayman wiki that just describes where they are. There's no, like, images or anything. Maybe it's just because the PS1 version isn't that popular. Right, is there a cage here? I don't think there is. I don't think there's anything here, no. I know in the other versions there is, but there's not in this. I'm pretty sure he's red and white striped in the other versions. He's not green. Strange that that's a difference. So after I do this, I'm probably gonna do Spyro 3, and then I'll do Rayman 3. Because I do want to do Rayman 3, but first of all, I think I'm doing so much Rayman, I want to at least mix it up a bit. Maybe I'll do some more Pikmin at some point. Oh, come on. But I want to play Spyro 3, I love Spyro 3, so I'll be definitely playing that. It's a good old time. And I'll definitely 100% it, because there's no reason not to, really. It's so easy to 100%. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I enjoy getting everything in the game. I know a lot of people say that Spyro 2 is the best one. Personally, I love Spyro 2 as well, but not quite as much as Spyro 3. Now, people don't really like the other characters you play. I quite enjoy them, and also like the mini games. A lot of people don't like, but personally, I absolutely love them. So It's probably partially just because of nostalgia. Like, I really do love that game. And I played it a lot when I was younger, so... I mean, I've 100%ed it twice. Did it last year? End of last year, I think, was when I did it. Can't even remember now. Might have been this year, actually, beginning of this year. I don't know. I hope I haven't missed the cage, because if I waste all this time, it's gonna be annoying. That's the thing, is I don't... This is gonna take a while, because almost every level I was looking at as I was going back to the beginning, it's like, oh, okay, one lum or one cage is missing. So, yeah. Some of them I did get everything on, so it's not... I'm not going to be playing every single level, and of course the last levels are... don't have any lums, so that's fine. Or cages. I hear a cage, I think. Do I? Well, I don't actually need to do this, do I? Is there a cage in here? I don't think there is. I'll just check. Oh, is it even... Huh. Oh yeah, I guess since it's already done, yeah. Okay, doesn't even spawn the things. Well, that's fine. Okay. Where is this cage? It's not to the side or anything. Is it up there? No, I don't think so. I definitely hear a cage. Unless... Is it up here? Aha! There we go. Okay, good. Can I look the right way? There we go. Well, at least this was successful. Got everything. I think I got everything in the Bayou. It's Bayou, I think, right? Yeah. Oh wait, they're red when you got them, right? Okay. I don't even need to. Well, I might as well save. Whatever. Just in case. So, yeah. Marshes of Awakening, lums, no cages to get. I am sure it's probably one of the lums that you can easily miss when you're skiing. That's skiing, isn't it? The skiing's on snow, so I don't know. Or is it skating? It might be water skating? Is that the term? I have no clue. Alright, where are these lums? You can't slow down with this, can you? I don't think so. So there's none in there, at least. I didn't see any. Any in here? See, I've for Rayman 3, I've been debating whether to play the PS2 version, emulated, or the PC version. Now, you'd think it would be obvious, just play the PC version. But, oh, for God's sake, the problem is that the PC version, while it has controller support, it doesn't have like 360 controller support, so which is pretty standard now for controller support. So I can't use my controller, which is annoying, because I like using the controller for it. And also, oh no! Okay, die. No, come on, crash into something. There we go. Okay, so that's one of them. It's amazing how hard it is to purposefully fail. So yeah, I'm either going to play the PS2 version. Now, I was thinking that maybe I'll wait until the PS3 version works better. Ah, damn it, in RPCS3, because it works, well, right now, it's almost perfect. There's just some flickering textures. Like, some of the models, for some reason, just flicker weird colours. It's very strange. And why isn't it? There we go. Why did I even do that? And also, the performance isn't quite perfect. It's like, because I believe it runs at 30 FPS on PS3. At least it seems like that, because it's running around, like, sometimes at 30 FPS. But a lot of the time, like 20 something, so you know, it's not too far off of full speed, but it, you know, it's not really. There we go, got all of them. Yes. It's not really a good idea to do that for a let's play, like flickering textures and not so good performance. Also, I don't know if the whole game works. I haven't played that far into it, so I don't know if there's like a problem that could happen further on. But I think the PS2 version works fine in RPCS3. Is it on GameCube? Because I could play it through Dolphin if it's on GameCube. I think it might be. I know it's on Xbox, but obviously Xbox emulation isn't good enough for that. So we've done the Bayou. The Walk of Life is done. Awesome. See, we're at not even that far. Okay, Whale Bay missing a cage. God damn it. Gore the lums, though. At least it's I find it's easier to find the cages because they make noises. Well, and they're bigger. And usually they're not that well hidden. Yeah, so it's probably gonna be PS2 version or PC version. I might deal with the keyboard controls. I mean, I have played through it with keyboard, well, almost all of it with keyboard controls. When I was a kid, I played through it with keyboard controls. And then also on the PS2 I played it. I played it on both. But I remember being really bad at it on the PC because I didn't know the controls properly. And like strafing was a big problem for me, which you know, if you've played Rayman 3, you know that you kind of need to do that. Like that elevator at the start that you have to strafe to get up, and of course basically fighting hoodlums requires strafing. So yeah, I kind of... Oh, is this the one with that door that needs to be destroyed? I think it might be. Yeah, so I'll probably do either one of those versions. Of course, PC version looks better, obviously. So that is something to consider. But yeah, Spyro 3 is obviously a PS1 game, so obviously going to play the only version of it. And also the best version. I really do hope they do a remaster of it, like they've done with Crash. I definitely, when I get a PS4, definitely going to get Insane Trilogy. It does look good. I know people are complaining about the difficulty. I am like probably one of the few people who doesn't find Crash 1 that bad. Like, a lot of people complain about it being the controls not being very good. Which, yeah, okay, Crash 2 and 3 are better in terms of controls. Like, sliding, first of all, is very nice, but I don't think the jumping feels that bad in Crash 1. And, I mean, I can do most of Crash 1 without a problem. So, yeah. You know, I might play Crash again on this channel. I mean, I did do a playthrough of it ages ago. Yeah, see, here it is. How do I get this open? Do I just get this guy to shoot it? Or what? Come on, no, shoot. Don't hit. I mean, it's definitely there. Come on, shoot me. Yeah, I was right. Can you just exit the level, or do you need to get to the end? I assume you need to get to the end. At least I don't have to worry about collecting the lums. That's good. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so, yeah, the Crash games, I might play Crash 2, because Crash 2 is my favourite. Most people say Crash 3 is the best. I've played quite a bit of Crash 3 as well, but I don't know, I'm not a huge fan of, like, the non-standard levels in Crash 3, like all the minigame ones. Like, some of them are cool, but I definitely prefer just the standard Crash platforming. And, you know, other than, like, when you're riding the polar bear in, like, Bear It and the other one, Crash 2 is basic. Oh, and the space levels. For the most part, Crash 2 is just normal platforming. Which Crash 3 is not. Crash 3 has a lot of different things going on, which is cool. It's cool that, like, you play as Coco, and of course in the Insane trilogy you can play as Coco in Crash 1 and 2, so that is really cool. So yeah, Crash 2 I'll probably play. I've 100%ed Crash 2, it's the only one I've 100%ed before. Like, that is one thing that Crash 1 is definitely harder with. 100%ing Crash 1 is incredibly difficult. I've never done it because it's just that hard. And Crash 3 I haven't... I mean, I never had it as a kid, so I haven't played it anywhere near as much as Crash 2. And also there's, like, all the time trials, and I'm bad at time trials. So it's kind of a pain to 100%. But yeah, Crash 2 is definitely my favourite. Especially, I mean, I have a lot of nostalgia for it. Same with Crash 1 actually, but I don't know, I think I played Crash 1 more than... Oh, for God's sake. I think I played Crash 1 more than 2 when I was younger. But I definitely prefer 2. Yeah, I don't know what else I want to play on, because I kind of want to do RPGs. I think I mentioned this before, but I do want to do RPGs, but the problem is they're just so damn long, and I'm bad at finishing them. So I much prefer doing shorter games. Now, there are short RPGs, but I don't know if I want to play any of the short ones. All the ones I want to play are super long. Like, I want to play Kingdom Hearts on this channel. I mean, I've played Kingdom Hearts a lot, of course. But, I mean, first of all, you know, it's going to expose me as the terrible player of Kingdom Hearts that I am. Even though I've, like, played through most of the games on Critical, I am terrible at the games. Well, I'd say I'm better in the command deck games. But Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 combat, I am bad at. But at least with those games, I've played them before and I know where I'm going. It's a lot of RPGs, especially JRPGs, the biggest problem, like, the main reason why I haven't finished a bunch of, like, why even though I really do like JRPGs, I haven't finished many of them, because they, sometimes just knowing where to go is so annoying. And sure, you can look it up, and I've started kind of doing that now. It's like the only way I can get into a JRPG is with a guide, because it's just like I cannot be bothered to figure out where I'm going, especially with games with random encounters. Huge, just so annoying when it's like, oh, I've gone the wrong way, now I've got to do all these fights constantly, and like, interrupting my exploration because I have to keep on battling every few steps. I'm much, like, I tell you what, all the RPGs that have encounters that you can see are way better. The only game I can excuse is Pokemon, because Pokemon has specific patches where where you know there's going to be an encounter, whereas things like Final Fantasy, a lot of the Final Fantasy games, have, you know, you're just walking in the overworld, and anywhere in the overworld you can get an encounter at any point. In the earlier Final Fantasies, it's especially bad. It's like every few steps you've got to do a lot of times you'll have a really long fight because there's like 9 enemies, and you're going to wait for each one to attack, and then you've got to do your attacks. It takes so long. I mean, games like Earthbound / Mother, yeah, Mother being the Japanese name, are super cool because you can see all the enemies. Same with Xenoblade, I like that. Ni no Kuni is cool about that. What else has that? I think Tales of Xillia does. And then Hyperdimension Neptunia I know does. Why is it always default to the... It's default to the save that you're on. So there we go. Whale Bay done. Next level. You can see that we've completed the level after this. What level is that? Cave of Bad Dreams. Ah. Yeah, okay, well, I kind of want to replay that, but... Okay, just lums missed here. Quite a few, actually. 6. Yeah, so, for me, like, the way JRPGs should be is that you... Oh, Final Fantasy 13 does it as well. Of course, a lot of people hate that. I thought it was alright. You know, as much... I actually kind of prefer the fact that it's linear, because then I'm not confused where the fuck to go, you know? It's strange, you know, the main reason people hate Final Fantasy 13 is because for hours, it's just linear. Like, completely linear. And yeah, I get that. But I kind of enjoyed the story. I know it gets pretty ridiculous in the later games, still haven't played them. I got to the last boss of Final Fantasy 13. I was having the boss battles really annoy me because they're really cool, and I like the combat. Like, people hate the combat system because of auto battling, but in like the big boss battles, there's actually some proper challenge to it, which is nice, and that's when it actually gets pretty cool doing those fights. Problem is that every single one of those fights, they make it so if you take too long, you are guaranteed to die, which is the worst thing I could possibly think to add to any game. It's so annoying. There's a thing, I think it's like Doomsday or something you get given, and then there's just a counter that goes down, and once it's gone down to 0, you're dead. Like, there's no way out of it, which is just stupid. I assume, is it? Yeah, it's probably just Cage, you know. So yeah, I mean, with Final Fantasy 13, there was never a point where I didn't know where to go. I mean, it does tell you exactly where to go, and I know people hate that, but you know what? I'm fine with it. I mean, exploring in games is nice. You know, open world games are good for that. And yeah, like Final Fantasy is supposed to be open world, but it's just progressing in the story is such a pain in the ass. Now I haven't played. There's quite a few of the Final Fantasy games I haven't played, so you know I know it's not so bad in 7. I don't know about like 8 or 9. They're probably. I think the newer Final Fantasies are better for that. It's the older ones that are just confusing, and you should probably just play it with a guide. But I've been playing the first Final Fantasy, and I've been using a guide for all of it, like just telling me like what the shops have and everything, what stuff to get. And honestly, I am enjoying it a lot more than I did when I first played Final Fantasy 1 on PSP version, because the PSP version I was playing without knowing what to do. Most of the time I played it when I was not at home anyway, so it was, you know, not really a place to look up stuff anyway. And I spent all of the time just wandering around, not knowing where to go, because the overworld, you can go pretty much anywhere you like at any point, and there's just constant random encounters, and yeah. Wait, I didn't get this. Oh my god, how did I miss that? What? How? That has got to be the most obvious. Okay, I missed those lums. That was terrible. God. Yeah, I haven't mentioned this anywhere, so I'm going to mention it here. I have a website called toby.world. Because I just randomly decided to buy the domain, and it's hosted on GitHub pages like my weofcookie66.co.uk, and I am basically going to use it like a blog. Pretty much what's going to go on that blog is anything. Like, anything that I want to write about. I'm doing it partially, like, I don't expect people to really see it. I don't mind if people do see it, but I'm just like, you know, I'm not, it's not something that I expect to get a lot of people seeing, or anyone really seeing. But I've done a few articles. It's partially to improve my writing. I mean, it's pretty amazing how quickly I wrote some of those that I've done without really stopping, because a lot of the time when I want to write something, my mind goes blank, I don't know what to write. But when I'm writing about something I actually care about, it turns out I can actually write something, you know? Still not, I don't think it's great writing or anything. I've done one, I'm going to be doing a lot of posts on games that I've been playing, just like anything I've been playing. Well, at least the highlights of what I've been playing, like stuff that I've actually played a lot of. I've done one post on that. It's also running through, I'm using Jekyll, which is a, basically, it's kind of like having server-side scripting languages, but it's using static pages. So I can do similar things to like PHP and stuff without needing a host for that, because GitHub pages you can't do that, but you can use Jekyll. So I've got a whole post system. I added a tag system, which works pretty well actually. And since it's all on GitHub pages, it's completely free, and I don't have to pay to host it. The only thing I have to pay for is the domain, which I think, well, it's, you know, it's yearly payment, so it's not too much. So, what was I gonna say? There was, yeah, so could be anything that I put on there. I haven't done anything in a while. I should probably make a post. I have some things to say. It probably will mostly just be about the games I've been playing, unless something. Whenever I have something that pisses me off, it's gonna be an article. I do actually have one of those. I've got a rant style article, and I think it's pretty good. Although, yeah, I mean, I don't really care about what happened anymore that I ranted about, but whatever. Won't say what it is, you can find it on there. Yeah, it's just Toby.world. It's like the simplest domain. That's why I like it. It's so simple. For God's sake. I have no idea where this lum is that I've missed. It's one lum. Ugh. I should probably keep a check on how much space this is using, because otherwise I'll have some problems. I don't want to lose footage, that'd be the worst thing. I don't want my hard drive filling either, so... Goes both ways. Right, well, there's definitely no lums right now. Could be at any point. No, I bet you I'm going to do one of these levels and miss the lum and have to do it again. I don't know. You know, why was I getting zapped by that? I wasn't even close to it. Oh, come on! No! Wait, does this quit level? Better do. No? Okay. It's right there. Well, at least now I know. Why do I have to load why can't I just quit level? That's ridiculous. I'm not doing that entire level again, just so I can, like, get into the end of that level and then doing it again. Quitting is much quicker. In fact, I'll take a quick break and check on my space and everything. Let's move over here. Right. So I looked at the size of that, and it was like, for half an hour, 6 gigs, so I should be fine. I mean, it's, you know, that'll get pretty big after a while. It's only been half an hour. Well, actually, it's been longer than that, because I got 2 separate files. But I think the first file was pretty small, because it was only a couple of minutes. So it hasn't been that long. I thought this was going to take longer. I suppose it's not so bad doing these levels again when you've done certain things, like the fact that I can just skip doing that barrel thing and fairy glade. Stuff like that is nice. Not having to worry about collecting most of the lums, apart from the ones I missed, is nice, because then I can kind of just run through everything. Got more health as well, so... Although I don't think that's a problem, really, running out of health. I assume I need to fight this. Maybe I don't. Maybe I don't need to fight this guy. But I'll fight him anyway. Have I got full health? Yes. You know, and something I don't think I'll ever 100% complete is Rayman 3. Because of the needing the points. I'm just so bad at doing that. You've got to know where everything is to get those combos. Otherwise you will not get enough points. Right. Let's make sure we get this. It's me. I'm doing it. You're not. You know, I don't know why I say that. Like, people always say that. Like, they say, like, we, including the audience. It's like, the audience is not doing anything. I am the one playing. You're just watching. Alright, let's go. Come on. let's go. See, I can just run past. It's great. Come on. Glow box. Wait, is he not coming? Do I need... Oh no. Okay, he's just being really slow. Oh, I just realised those hands, or they... Well, I guess they're branches. They look like hands, though. That's weird. I like how this is kind of like a spooky place, even though it's got like the coolest music ever. Come on. There you go. Yeah, I think my videos are not quite as big because I'm using a different codec, which the only problem with it is that it's a real pain to get it working in editing software for some reason. Like Premiere Pro does not like it, and it just doesn't display the video, so you have to convert it. Might try using Camtasia, see if that works. Though I don't think I can do 60 FPS. Actually, maybe it can. I don't know. It might be able to render at 60 FPS. I don't know if it can record at 60. But I'm not recording with Camtasia, so... yeah, so... I'll figure out the editing. If I can do it in Camtasia, that'd be nice, actually, because it's not as heavy on my system. It's also super simple. I mean, it's easy to do editing in Premiere Pro. It's just there's a lot of other stuff, and also I find that the audio and video seems to desync quite easily. I don't know why. It's for some reason because I'm using DX Story to record, and for some reason it records using AVI files, and it's really nice because I can have the game audio and the mic audio. I don't know if I've explained this before, but whatever. I can have both of those in separate tracks, so then I can change the volume of the game in editing. It doesn't matter if it's too loud right now, because I can just make it quieter. Or if I'm too quiet, I can raise my volume without making the game really loud. So that's way better. Obviously, you know, if you have those in the same track, you can't really do much unless just the overall thing is too quiet or too loud. So that's nice. It means I can have the game as loud as I want, and it doesn't matter. So that's good. But Premiere Pro for some reason just doesn't really like AVI files. I don't know why. But the codec I have, you know, I've got it installed and everything, and Premiere Pro should work with it, but it just doesn't. I don't know why. I love the render distance on this. You go this far away, and it's not there. And there's just like simple, transparent lasers. Shows the power of the PS1. Now, this game is pretty good looking for a PS1 game. Obviously, the other versions of this game look way better. Well, apart from the DS version and the N64 one, they're not so good. The 3DS version, the Dreamcast, PS2 and PC version, they're all very nice. Right, here we are. The end. Oh, I need to go over to Glowbox. Where is he? Come on, there we go. I love how you can see his eyes even from behind. Make the bush grow so I can be a big-nosed bush. Right, what else can I talk about? Oh, excuse the yawning. yeah, I'm probably gonna... I mean, I don't know when this video is gonna come out, actually. I don't know how quickly I'll get it done. I am bad at making videos. I had a plan to do this cool Rayman video that I'm probably still gonna do. But it's taking... there's a lot of work I need to do to make it. And I'm also writing a script for it, like, which I've never done for a video, ever. So doing that's a pain in the ass because I'm bad at writing. And maybe the video, I don't know, I'm not sure. I mean, I've got a plan of what the video is, like, for the most part. But I need, first of all, I need a lot of footage of different games. So I need to get that. Now, I was thinking of getting the footage myself, but there's no point. I might as well just take footage from the internet because it doesn't matter. Because that's not the point in the video, it just needs to have footage in the background. I won't say exactly what it is, just that it's Rayman related. Right, so what did I miss on this? A cage, yeah, okay. Got all 85 lums. Missed the cage, come on. I assume there isn't a cage, like, here or something. Nah, probably here anyway. Yeah, so I'm working on that video. You know, I came up with the plan for it, like, I don't know, it's been like a month or something now. God, time flies. So, yeah, I'm bad at making videos quickly. Some videos I can make just, like, my Nintendo Network ID sucks video. Literally just, I randomly decided, because I was really annoyed by it, and I was like, well, I can make a video of this. And I recorded it in one take, and just did it that day. Like, that is the quickest I've ever made a video, I think. Sure, it's not a very long video, but it required a decent amount of editing. I recorded all the footage in that myself. I didn't take any footage of the games that I used. You know, I combined all those games into one. It didn't take very long, though. That's the thing. And of course, I recorded some footage on my phone, with my phone camera, and has really weird audio, which I'm fine with. It adds charm to the video, I think. Because it's a stupid video anyway, so the audio randomly, like, getting super loud, I like. So, you know, I didn't have to be too... a lot of the time I'm very perfectionist with the videos I make. Apart from, like, these Let's Plays I'm not as bothered with, I don't know why. But it's still, like, even doing these, I actually there's a Let's Play that I haven't uploaded. I don't know if I ever will. I might just delete it, honestly. It's pretty shit. I was going to do a Pokemon Pearl Nuzlocke. And, well, I lost the Nuzlocke anyway, so that was the... I finished the series. It was only, like, an hour and something long. And, I edited the video, that's the thing, it's ready to upload, but the problem is that it's completely out of sync, the audio and video, and it's just not good. So, I don't know. I haven't been concentrating, I hope I didn't miss a cage. So, yeah, I have that video. It probably won't come out. If it does, well, I do want to do a Pokemon Nuzlocke. I did it randomized, which I guess is not a good idea because randomized is so hard and it's kind of down to luck. You could do it partially randomized, I suppose. If you don't change like types or anything, it might be a little bit more fair. But I did full randomization, so anything goes. A normal Nuzlocke I could do as well. I mean, I like Nuzlocks. I think they're cool. I've never actually completed one. I've got a bunch in progress. I just, you know, it takes a lot of time to do Nuzlocks because you really need to grind. If you don't want to lose, that is, you need to grind. Otherwise, and you need to grind a lot. Otherwise, you're not going to have a good time. And again, that would be a really long series. I don't know, I'm not good at doing long series because I tend to lose interest, which is kind of why my Minecraft Forge tutorials are pretty slow happening, because I mean, for a while I wasn't even sure if I was going to do any more, but then figuring out those containers definitely got me in the mood to make one, because I was like, oh my god, I figured this out, no one's really made a tutorial on this, I need to do this. That's kind of why I wanted to do the... Oh, I hear a cage. Is it down there? Or is it up here? Oh, is it back here? No? No, it can't be. Okay, it's probably down there. Well, good. I know that I haven't missed it then. Unless I miss it now. Where is it? Can I get a camera angle? It's up there. How do I get up there anyway? Is it behind that? How did I miss this? How did I not think? It's so weird. At some point I think I do, like, I don't want to just do tutorials, so it's gonna end at some point. Maybe once I'm at uni I'll stop, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do once I'm at uni. I know that I'm gonna be very poor. Well, if I get a job, I might not be as poor. Annoyingly, I found out that when you're at uni, you can only work 20 hours a week while you're a student. Otherwise, you're not you lose your student. Okay, wait. Like you by law, I believe, you can only work that long as a student, which I don't understand that, because I know that when it comes to uni, a lot of you're not really there that long. Like, you get given work and then you do it independently for most of it. So the fact that I'm gonna have so much free time, I mean, okay, sure, there's gonna be quite a lot of hard work. So there we go, all the cages. But I'm definitely gonna have time to work, and I need to work really in order to live. That's the thing that really annoys me, is that the student loans that the government give you, so you can actually like afford to live at uni, are based on your family's income. And because my family has a fairly high income, I got almost the lowest amount, like the smallest loan you can get, which isn't enough to pay for my accommodation, let alone food or anything else I need to buy, or like things that I just want to buy personally. You know, like I can't get anything. So, I mean, sure, my parents are gonna pay for some of it, but it's like, that's annoying. If I get a job, at least I'll be able to get some money from that. But 20 hours a week, that's it. It's annoying. I don't know how much time I'm going to have to work though, so maybe it'll be fine. But I'm definitely going to get one. And then I'll probably get a PS4, because I'll probably be able to afford one. So even though I'm going to be spending way more money when I'm in uni, I'm going to have more money as well, which is weird. But I will be in debt, because I'm going to pay back those loans once I finish, and it's quite a lot, because the tuition fees are £9,250, which is the maximum you can charge legally, like that they can charge for tuition, which I don't understand. That cap is so weird. Like, of course people are going to charge the maximum amount they can. Why wouldn't you? Like, almost every uni charges that because it's the maximum they can, so they do. It's silly. So yeah, there's that. So I've got to pay back though so that's 3 years worth of that. So, you know, that's 20-something thousand pounds. Then also, my accommodation. I mean, it's gonna cost different amounts each year, but this year it's like 5,500. So, well, it's not quite. It's around that, which is also quite a lot. So add that together over 3 years. Well, I'm doing it for 4 years, but one of those years I'm going to be working like full time, which is great actually because I get paid for that. Yes, and I get to do work in like for a games development company. You know, I don't know which one I'll be working for until I actually get there. And that'll be in the 3rd year, and then the 4th year is my final year of actually doing the course. So, you know, it's going to be quite a lot of my life. At least it's going to be a long time. I think it'll be good, but I don't know. It's probably not going to be ideal for making videos though, because it's going to be pretty noisy there. You know, I'm living in a building with hundreds of people with very tightly packed rooms. So, yeah. Might not be good for audio. I don't know. Yeah, so that's going to be an interesting thing. You know, I think I was doing this level when I talked about uni. Last time I did this. Although at that point it was just that I wasn't so far in the process of actually going. Like, I'm going in September, so pretty soon. So it's gonna be an interesting thing, you know, living on my own. But I am certainly looking forward to it. It's gonna be good. Apart from maybe the money part. Well, unless I end up getting a job that pays me a decent amount, that'd be nice. I don't know if I will. With me and jobs, it's bad because I have no work experience. First of all, which doesn't help because a lot of places want experience, want you to have experience. So that's already one thing. It's like, well, I can't get experience because I need like. If I get this job, then I'll get experience. So there's that. Also, I live in a place where there's not really too many places nearby where I can get a job, so it's not great for that. And I don't know, I just feel really demotivated when it comes to jobs, because I've applied for quite a few, and every time I haven't got it. There was one time when I was supposed, like, they told me I got the job, and then some, like, form that I filled in and everything, they didn't process it correctly, and then instead of just, like, letting me do it again, they said they were gonna let me redo it, and then they never did, and then said that I didn't, and then just decided to not give me the job. I don't understand why, but yeah, that really annoyed me. So, and after that I just kind of, I mean, I applied for a few other places and didn't get jobs there, and I was just like, oh, well. And it's like places where you can get jobs, like anyone can pretty much get a job there. Like, it doesn't, qualifications barely even matter. I mean, the problem is getting to the job. I think that's part of the reason why I didn't get them, is just because of the awkwardness of transport, and like I probably wasn't going to be very reliable. So I'd have to rely on like public transport, which if anyone's taken public transport a lot, will know that they are very unreliable. At least in the UK, you know, they might. I mean, I can't imagine it being much better in other countries. I mean, I've never needed to take trains. Luckily, I know I have friends who take the train a lot and have constant problems with them. Buses is where I always for college I had to take the bus all the time, and for the most part, it wasn't too bad, but there were definitely times when it was just the bus would be super late or just not turn up at all. You know, it's broken down several times when I've been on them. Various different problems. So, yeah, I can kind of understand that, why that would be a concern. So, yeah, and also it just might be that I'm bad at interviews, I don't know. The problem is that I don't get feedback, they don't give me feedback. I don't know what to improve if they don't tell me. If they told me what I could do, like why they didn't give me the job, I'd be like, okay, well, that's fine. Assuming they give me an actual reason and not just, nah, we didn't want you. I mean, it might just be that the times when I've done it is that there's been other people who are better suited, whatever. That's the problem. Competition. And it's like the stuff that I'm actually pretty good at, like the more technical stuff with computers, there aren't a lot of jobs right now, like especially at my age. Like if you want to get part-time jobs, you're not going to be doing like any development or anything. You're going to be doing retail or labor. Oh goddamn! I keep on trying to use the right stick to move the camera, and for some reason the right stick is the same as pressing square. I don't understand why. It makes no sense. Why on earth would you ever use the right stick instead of square? It's just not as convenient because you have to move your thumb down to the right stick instead of just moving it slightly up and left for square. It's stupid. But yay for being poor. If I ever do end up I mean, I'm going to be doing a lot of games development at uni, so I may even make some stuff that I could actually sell. I mean, I think all the stuff that I'll actually make as part of my course probably won't be sellable, but if I make any stuff in my free time, which I might do, especially as I get better at it, I mean, I'm fairly good. I could probably make a game right now, it's just kind of, I mean, part of the problem is assets, you know, like music and textures. Not so good at those. And also, like, story. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna make a game. Like, the kind of games I want to make are not gonna have deep stories. I can tell you that. I definitely want to make 3D platformers. The problem is that 3D platformers, while they've kind of become more popular. Oh. Okay, come over here. They've become more popular recently with the return of Crash and Ukulele, although Ukulele didn't do as good as well, Ukulele wasn't as good as it seemed like it would be. But Crash Insane Trilogy definitely is the same. But yeah, like 3D platformers definitely something I want to make. But of course, you need to have good animations and art for a nice 3D platformer. So there's that. But that is definitely something I want to do. I've probably mentioned this before. But if I do end up making a game that I can actually sell, that would be quite nice. Maybe I just get money through that. You know, if I end up making a even remotely, it doesn't even need to be like a super successful game. It would be nice just to get some extra money. Because clearly YouTube isn't something I'm going to get too successful in. Like, I know that. I'm not good at speaking. I'm terrible at. I'm terrible at getting videos out as well. So, yeah. And the thing about games is that if you sell a game, like if I got a game on Steam, even if whatever I make, it's gonna be cheap, I guarantee. But the thing is, like, I mean now, sure, getting a game on Steam now is a lot easier than it used to be. Although it's slightly harder with Steam Direct, but still easy. So it doesn't mean as much anymore, but a super cheap game on Steam tends to get some people buying them. Especially if you get trading cards, although they've changed that as well. I don't actually know how that works now, like adding them. But there's that. And of course it also costs to get the game on Steam. It's the other thing. The thing is that even if your game isn't that successful, it's going to be on Steam for, you know, eternity, unless it's, you know, on the rare case of it getting removed because it's a scam or I mean, I can tell you now that I'm not going to do any shady shit like that. Oh, you know, licensing can kill a game off Steam and stuff like that. Or threatening Gabe Newell, as one developer did. Yeah, I mean, like, it's going to be there. And, you know, Steam sales are a good way to get people to buy a game. Like, if you... Because I don't know how Steam sales exactly work, but I'm pretty sure the developer needs to say that they want to put it on sale. I don't know. Well, I tell you, I will... It's going to be one of those things where I do not care about charging a lot for my game. At least, if any game, unless it's something I worked like for years on. And I know some people are like, oh, I'm going to become a game developer and make these huge, amazing things. I'm not thinking that. I'm thinking I'm just going to make some cool games that are probably not going to be huge successes, because that's so rare, so rare, and there's so much competition in games development. You cannot just make... you cannot expect to get a lot of money. Your best bet is just working for a company, because you're going to get paid just for working there. It doesn't matter. I mean, sometimes it can matter how well the game sells, but in the end, you're getting paid while you're developing it. And then when it releases, maybe you'll get a bonus, maybe you won't. It doesn't really matter. So there's that. And obviously that's kind of more stable than doing indie development. But, you know, if I make a game in my free time that ends up being something that I feel like is worthy of being sold, then, you know, that's not my job. I've just got some extra cash, you know? So I'm talking about a lot of things that I don't know if it's interesting or what. Oh, for God's sake, I hate this. Come on. I need to stop trying to strafe, that's the problem. Yeah, 3D platformers, you know, it's probably not going to be something I make first or anything. I mean, 2D games I'm definitely much better at than 3D. So chances are I'll make a 2D game. I mean, I do have some ideas of things I want to do. It's whether they'll be good. And if I can actually make them look... That's the biggest problem, is making them look and sound good. Now, I know that the thing you should do is get someone, like, pay someone to do the music and art. But, you know, when you don't have a lot of money, that's not really an option. And, of course, you know, there's sample assets and, like, honestly, free music and all that. But, you know, that's not really... Personally, I love soundtracks in games. I think I mentioned this in my one of my Pikmin episodes. So I want to make games that have cool soundtracks. Like, of course, not everyone's gonna like the soundtrack, but like, I want to have my at least music made for the game. I don't want music that's, even if it kind of fits in. God, my throat is getting kind of dry. I might even have to do this at another point, continue this. Because my voice is going. I've been talking for a long time. I don't know how long it's been actually, but it's definitely been some time. My mouth is dry. Sure, if I get a drink, it'll probably be fine. So yeah, actually, let's bring this to a halt, and I'll finish it off next time. What have we got left in fact? So, we have one cage in the echoing caves. We've done the precipice. Cool. We have done the sanctuary of rock and lava. We're missing 2 on the walk of power. That's going to be easy to get, I imagine. We have got everything in beneath the sanctuary of rock and lava. Oh, and we've got everything in this Tomb of the Ancients. Okay. And then the last level, that's Gloomy Island, we're missing some lums. So, actually, not a lot left. I mean, yeah, I need 9 more lums to get all 800 in this. And, you know, some cages, or even 1 cage, I think. You know what, let's do this. I'll just do this now. Because it's short, it's super short. And it's just 2 lums. I'll just do it now. That's, what, 2 levels I have left after this? I could do it now, actually. Yeah, maybe I will. My voice isn't quite at the point where it's like, I need to stop, actually. And I would like to get this out of the way so I can just be like, well, I've done this, I don't need to be like, oh yeah, it's coming. Because I'm bad at that, I think part of the problem is that I've got too many things going on. You know, I've got 3 Minecraft mods, of course one of them I don't even maintain at all, basically. And then bonfires, which, you know, I do want to update. I haven't logged in ages now, though. And then Kingdom Keys, obviously the biggest one. That's a lot of work. Yeah, I'm not sure how much I'm going to be able to work on Kingdom Keys during uni. It depends how much work I have, I suppose. That's the other thing. Only so much time. I mean, I do want to work. I definitely want to continue working on Kingdom Keys, but I don't know how much I'll be able to do. I would like to maybe get more people to help develop. That would be nice. Because of course, you got me and Abel, who pretty much know, like, are the main coders. Then you got Nathan, who pretty much just does the models, which of course is great. He's done a lot of hard work. It's great. And then you've got Wind, who basically hasn't done much at all, but has done the Heartless, which is awesome. I feel like I've missed the lums or something. Yeah, I have. God damn it. Where are they? They've got to be like somewhere where I'm not looking. Yeah, so basically you've got just 2 main coders, which means that not a lot gets done. Like, 2 is better than 1, of course. No. Why is it so slow? Can it just end there? If we got more people who like had good knowledge, like, I don't want people who just know Java. I want people who know Minecraft modding specifically, and know Java. Like, not just, oh, I learned some Minecraft modding, but I have no idea how anything works with Java. Because, you know, we have fairly complicated stuff that is not typical Minecraft modding stuff. Like, you know, we're not just using standard crafting systems. We've got the synthesis table, which is completely different to anything. And we got a lot of just a lot of complicated systems that. I mean, that's one of the problems, I guess, is that getting someone to help is like, well, they need to learn what everything is and the mess of Kingdom Keys. Because, personally, I do think that Kingdom Keys is an absolute coding mess. There is a lot of messy code in it, and I can understand why, like, people may look at it and think, like, what on earth is going on here? I do think some of our fixes to things are very hacky. The mod could be more polished. I think most people would agree that some things feel slightly off, you know? I would love to make the synthesis GUI better. It's pretty good. It's much better than it used to be. I think it's... I mean, it's definitely good, I think. I don't think it's bad. But I also don't think it's quite as polished as it could be. You know, with the whole things where it doesn't work on the big GUI scales. You know, some has low resolution and some of the stuff goes off screen, which is not good. The way that the whole thing works is kind of ridiculous. Where are these lums? I am looking around more. They're obviously not going to be... You know, I can't really miss anything here, so I'm sure this is fine. Yes, maybe I do want to kind of clean up Kingdom Keys. I know that some stuff can be improved. Some of the stuff is kind of weirdly hard-coded that I think could be done better. We should probably use stop using like strings for some things, like where we just check, oh, if this string, then it's this. You know, like that's. There are better ways of doing it. And also, I would like the API to work properly. I don't think it actually works. We've missed them again. Fuck. I'm gonna look it up. I failed. Oh no. Why did he go all the way over there? Right, you know what? I'll stop here and then I'll continue, I don't know when. Probably soon. I don't want to get this over and done with, but I definitely need to take a break, so... And I'll look up where these are, because I don't want to waste more time. Done it twice. And didn't get anything, so... Right. Goodbye. Alright. I now know where the lums are, and it is so annoying where they are. So I took like a, well, only a couple of minutes break it turned out, but I had a drink, and it's a lot better now. And here's the other one. There we go. That's it. For God's sake. Can't believe that. Right. So. Now I believe I will finish it this recording. The entire game. What else have we got to talk about? Well, I don't know if... See, I've talked about quite a few things already. So, well, I will say, I am finished with college, which is great. I love not having to ever, knowing that I won't have to ever go back there, and that I don't have to deal with the stress of college, it's great. So that's nice. And as a result, I've been playing a lot of games, basically. Haven't been really doing too much, which is, I like doing that. I like not having to do anything. But I do think that when I'm at uni, I'll actually enjoy the work, so it won't be as bad. Right. I mean, one thing that's going to be pretty cool is that we'll be using PS4 dev kits, so we'll actually make PS4 games, which is pretty cool. But I'm gonna have to sign an NDA though, so I won't be able to talk about those really at all, other than the fact they have them. You know, that's like public information. But I assume when I actually develop games on them, that's gonna be what the NDA is for. So I don't know. I don't exactly know what they need to keep hidden about them. I have no idea. So that'll be fun. So there we go. What is left? Right. So I know there's a level back here. Sneeze. I'll probably cut that out. Well, I purposely moved away from the mic, so it shouldn't be so loud. Also face the other way. So, yeah. Although my sneeze is very loud, so... Doesn't even matter if I've cut this out though. Oh god, it's this. And I'm missing a cage. Right. Oh, that's the thing I want to talk about. If I were to... I mean, I have a question. I don't know if it's going to get answered by anyone. I want to go down here. If I were to make a Let's Play of, let's say, a PS3 game, or any game that I can't capture from my PC, would you watch it if I recorded it with a camera, like just pointing at the screen, really shit quality? I'd have to use my phone camera. I've got a new phone as an alright camera. But I'm not sure how... I mean, I might not even do it. I don't know if I'm gonna... You know, I might just wait until I might just buy a capture card in the end, so who knows. But if I were to do it, like, just point... I mean, if I do it and then I look at the footage and you can't actually see what's going on, then I'm gonna not upload it. But like, if it's just bad quality, but good enough to know what's going on, would that be acceptable? That's the question. The reason I ask is because I'm planning on doing PS3 games. Maybe. Although there is a PS3 game that I might do, Okami HD, which can be emulated perfectly with RPCS3. It runs really well, so might even do that. Sure, I could play the Wii version or the PS2 version, but you know, it's not as nice. It's nice to have the be able to play the version that looks the best, because it is a really good looking game. I love the art style of it. The question is as well, am I gonna put this 100% thing as one whole video, or is it gonna be 2? I don't think it'll be 3, because it's almost done. I looked at the length, and it's an hour and something. So it's over an hour. It's not that much over. Right, well, I don't hear any cages. It's probably further on. Right. What else? Yeah, I might even do the Spyro 3 very soon. Yeah, streaming. That's the thing I want to talk about. I haven't streamed in ages. I do want to stream. Of course, like the main thing I've done is developing Kingdom Keys. Well, I know I did one on Bonfires a while ago. I don't even know if anyone watched that, to be honest. And of course, it's not there anymore because Twitch deletes the VODs after a while. So I literally have no videos on my Twitch, which is great. I mean, I also like the idea of like streaming games, but at the same time, I don't know if it's really going to be that interesting. I mean, I suppose it's not that much different from doing what I'm doing right now, apart from the, you know, you've got the chat, so you can actually interact with them. That's the thing. What I do like about streaming is that you can interact with the audience, and it's also why I hate big streams, like streams with a bunch of viewers. At least if it's like I mean, speedruns make sense. You know, a speedrun that has a bunch of views. You're not going to be, you know, the speedrunner's probably not going to be interacting too much with the audience because they're, you know, they need to concentrate. So that makes sense. Oh, for God's sake, stop grabbing it. But like, if it's just someone playing through a game, I think it's good. And also, like, playing multiplayer games, that's another thing. But I don't know what I'd stream anyway, to be honest. Right. Oh, you know what? I bet you the cage is in there, isn't it? I mean, I can hear it, so... Man, that's an alright secret. I like that. There we go. This actually hasn't been too bad. I was thinking that I'd get to a point where I'd do a level and constantly miss, or like not be able to find where the things are that I miss, but for the most part I've done it like first try, which is good. I don't, you know, when doing 100% gets tedious, that's when I don't like it. This is basically just playing through the game again, but even more casually. Oh. Alright, come on. Come over here. What's he doing? Wait, what do I need to do here again? Is there something over here? Yes. Oh yes, there it is. So I've got everything now, so this level's gonna be just nice and casual, just going through it. I do like the relief that I get from finding everything. Right. So yeah, streaming, I like doing mod development streams because I feel like that's actually something that's interesting and not just like what everyone else is doing. I know other people do streams like that, But you know, it's not a common thing. Like, especially Minecraft mod development. Oh my God. And I also, the other thing that streams do actually is kind of gets me to actually do something, you know, with the mod. Gets me to focus on doing it. And also I do like listening to music, and the reason I listen to music on the stream is because it's pretty boring without it. I mean, I'm not that great of an entertainer, so, you know, that's not going to work. I need to do this. So yeah, that's part of the reason why I listen to music, although it's mostly for me and not for the audience. Not that there is much of an audience anyway, so that's why I'm not too bothered about it. Obviously, you know, like the copyright strikes happens a lot because I listen to just any old music. I don't care what it is. I might try and stick to game soundtracks from now. I don't know if I'll archive. I might archive the streams. Depends. Although I don't know. I don't know if there's not much worth in archiving them. There's not a lot to see really. It's like you're just gonna see me actually work on the mod, but you can see that work just in the source, which also is probably much more convenient than having to sift through a stream anyway. So, yeah, I suppose I mean, it's nice for anyone who wants to watch the streams though to do that. I mean, the only streamer I watch used to never archive his streams, and I miss them most of the time, and I wouldn't watch them. So I had to like watch them like straight away because it's like, oh, as soon as they got from Twitch, they're dead. Now he uploads them to a YouTube channel, so I'm fine. It's good because they're good streams, and although he gets barely any viewers, it's like I am like one person, like one of the few people who watches those archives, but it's nice to have them. I think this is the last level, yeah, and then I'm done. God, this is the level that I missed the most lums on. I'll probably miss them again, maybe. Hopefully not. The more that you miss, the more easier it is to then miss them again, I think, maybe. I don't actually know if that's sound logic. You know, I'd love to be able to record the 3DS. Especially. But even if I get a capture card, I won't be able to. The only way you can record 3DS, well, you can stream it and use 3DS, which I don't have, or you can buy a capture card that either you get. There's a guy who does them because, of course, there's no official ones. And you have to get. You either send your 3DS for him to install it, or buy a 3DS that he installs it on and then sends to you, which is obviously expensive. Or you buy the kit and do it yourself, which is, you know, you need technical detail, you need to be able to take it apart and do it, which, taking apart 3DS, by the way, is incredibly hard, and putting it back together is also incredibly hard, so I recommend not trying unless you're good at it. God, I hate this fight because it's so long. Yeah, so, what was I saying? Yeah, so 3DS capture. Most likely I'll probably I do want to buy a new 3DS XL at some point, so maybe I'll do that when I'm in uni. And then... Now, you may wonder why I'm always being like, well, when I'm in uni I'll do this, because I'll actually have money. I mean, I'm not going to have a lot of money, though. I don't think I'm going to be able to spend a lot, honestly. But, I mean, right now I have nothing. But I don't think, I looked up, like, how much people tend to spend on food, a week. And there's people who, I mean, it was like, there was this one guy who was like, I spent 110 quid, a week. And it's like, what on earth are you spending your money on? 110 quid. That's insane. That's like how much my family spends a week, and that's to feed a whole family. And that's not just cheap food as well. No. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be as cheap as possible, pretty much. And the thing is, I know some people like, I am a fan of junk food, and I will eat terrible food if it's cheap and fills me up, you know? So, I'm probably not gonna have too hard time, surviving with little money, because I don't care. I don't need to spend a lot of money on food, you know, like McDonald's. I enjoy McDonald's, which I know most people don't actually enjoy it that much. And McDonald's is cheap. There's cheaper stuff than McDonald's, but you know, that's an example. Okay, my throat kind of feels weird. Yeah, talking for a long time is bad. That's the other thing. When recording, I just feel like I need to always be talking, you know, like entertaining or whatever. Oh right. And I don't know if I should. I feel like I should. In a stream, I'm kind of more laid back. So I can usually go longer on a stream with talking, because I don't talk as much. Plus, at least there's the music. Sure, you've got with the let's plays, you've got the game to look at, but I don't know. I don't know. I feel like there's less expectancy in a stream to be like always entertaining, and something more that you kind of have just there. That's the way I see it. Although I will say, pretty much everything, well, almost everything I watch on YouTube or any stream that I watch will be on my second monitor, not really looking at it. It's usually in the background, unless it's something I particularly want to watch, which is very rare. Most of the things most of the videos I watch are more like videos you can just listen to. I much prefer that. I like very long videos, first of all. I know a lot, you know, generally YouTube is good. Like, most people on YouTube, I think, tend to watch short videos because they have terrible attention spans. I have a bad attention span, but what I can do is easily listen to a super long video if I can be doing something else. It's also why I'm kind of slow at watching anime sometimes, because, you know, I've got to be, yeah, I have to focus on anime. That's actually kind of part of the reason why I want to learn Japanese to the point where I'm fluent. Literally just so I can have Japanese stuff. Like, well, this is like a super weeby thing to want to do. Learn Japanese so I can watch Japanese anime and play Japanese games. There's a lot of games that are Japanese only that I wouldn't mind playing, so. And it's always nice getting a Japanese game early. you know, because they tend to be early. Although that's not so much the case now because of there's, you know, digital games usually have a worldwide release now, which is a great thing. I'm glad that happens. Apart from with fucking Pokemon, where it's like it's a worldwide release date, apart from in Europe for no apparent reason. They just, you know, they just love to give it to us a week later. For, I don't know why. Every other region gets it same date, but Pokemon games always come out later in Europe. I mean, I cannot. Wait. What? I really want to make sure I get these lums. Are they on that bit where you have to go, where the super awkward bit, you have to get all the switches? I bet you they are. What is up there? Is that, I can't even remember that. Oh, I don't want to do this whole level again if I miss it though. I haven't got any lums yet, so it's got to be here, right? Doesn't the level just end when you get all the switches? I think that might be why. Oh wait, I've already... It counts already having them? No. Are there any lums? Oh, I hate this part. Because it's so hard to go round. Right, I've got... I remember getting the lums inside. But I wonder if they're on the other side of this. It's really hard to get there. Oh, I was there and then... Oh. I'm gonna explode, I think. Yep. Why can't I have the flying one? It'd be so much easier. Well, I guess hitting the switches would be pretty hard if it flew, but... There's one. Yeah. Wait. Isn't this the side that I was already on? Well, there is a lum. Uh-huh. Okay. So, that's... I bet you there's one of the big ones then, the 5 lums. Am I on the right side? Come on. Be here, please. No? Oh, I hope I haven't missed it. It's got to be a 5 lum, right? I can't imagine there being 5 more single ones. Maybe it's on this side. No. Going around those corners is basically impossible, I think. No, not there. And not there. Oh, did I just see it? I think I did. Oh, I think it is down there. God, that is well hidden. I'll say that. How do I actually do this? Because I've already got all the switches. I thought it just ended when you got all of them. Maybe I'm wrong. Right, I need to find that. It's over here, isn't it? Can I just go down here? Oh, I think the level end is here, isn't it? Yeah. So it's like... I don't think it's actually on... Oh no, it's... Oh. Oh dear. There is a single lum there, which means there are 5 single lums. Oh. If I go down this bit. That's quicker. What is with this camera angle? There we go. So there's one. There's none. Okay. I hope they're all here. 2 more. There's one. 1 more. It's got to be down here, right? Please. It's not here. Oh, no, wait. I think I just saw it when I saw the exit. There's the exit. I thought I saw a lump. Maybe it was just the exit. The render distance does not help. Yeah, there it is. It's right there. Come on, turn. Get it? Yeah! Oh no, that's not good. Yes! I got everything, yep. Cool. But that's everything, isn't it? That's 100%. Do I need to finish the last boss again? I hope not. I bet you I do, don't I? You don't get anything for finishing it, do you? I know that this game displays 90%. Like, when you... Oh, look, it's red. When you finish the game, it displays your percentage, but in reality, it's not a dynamic percentage counter. It's just, if you have above 90%, it shows 90%. To show that you can get the Rayman 2 prototype. So I'm not going to do the boss again. So, there we go, 100%. Yes! I've done it. It's the first time I've ever done it. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. I don't know if this will be 2 episodes or 1 episode, we'll see. Well, you'll know. If it's 1, it will be about now. Why am I saying this at the end? By the end, it's pointless.